I've been burned in the past. That is the first line I got in an email from a realtor a couple weeks ago. That really is the inspiration for today's video because I'm pretty sure, actually, I'm more than positive, many of you share the exact same sentiment. I wanted to create today's video because I wanted to have some real talk with you about this particular line and really help you dissect what it means when you say it and a solution for it as well. What is up, guys? Emmanuel here, founder and senior brand strategist over at Square One Group, where our mission is to really help you identify your expertise so you can scale your real estate business. And today I want to talk about really the 6 words that pretty much every realtor says when they try something and it doesn't work in their favor, and of course a framework or really a new lens to look at this through. And those 6 words I'm referring to are "I've been burned in the past." Now, for many of you, those words should hit home because I know you've probably used those words before. So the inspiration for today's video really came from an email I received from an agent a few weeks back about how he tried a million different ways or different strategies to try to, generate business from his sphere, from his social media, from email, from YouTube, from ads, and none of them are working. And I wanted to address this because there's really some value in this whole lesson, and I'm hopeful that you will gain it, and maybe, by the end of this video, you're gonna feel completely differently, or maybe look at and view your business from a different lens. So I wanna start by really explaining the term "I've been burned in the past." And really this term, hate to say it, it is no more than an excuse. And I know it's an excuse because it really checks all of the boxes of an excuse. Box number 1, which is very much the victim mindset. And if you guys don't know what the victim mindset is, it really refers to a state of mind in which a person feels helpless and as though the world is against them. And essentially, "I've been burned in the past," that really just means, oh, woe is me. And it's really not a helpful way of thinking. And that really leads me to box number 2, which is "I've tried a million things and none of them have worked." All right, some real talk here. Heck, this agent probably did not try a million things. They probably didn't even try 100 things. And I know this because I know people that have tried 100 things, and usually after trying 100 things, they're able to get the systems to work. There's actually a term for this. It's called A/B testing. And it should be really part of what you need to be doing on a regular basis to really get good at marketing. And lastly, this leads to box number 3, which is this agent no more than tried to take a shortcut. He more than likely hit a roadblock and he tried hiring someone for maybe a couple $100 or maybe a few people for a couple $100 to try to solve this problem, and it just really did not pan out. And I know it's a shortcut because I know the people that do this stuff professionally. I know the experts, and they typically don't charge a few $100. It's usually up in the thousands. And this really leads me to a fallacy of what I think many agents out there really hold as truth to them. And this fallacy I'm referring to is, if I don't know something, I'm gonna hire someone that does. Now, truth be told, there is some validity to this, but I think it's really being misinterpreted the wrong way. Hence the result of "I've been burned." And really dissecting this, you have to look at it from really 2 different spectrums based off of one common denominator. And that common denominator, more specifically, is, have I hired an expert at the expert rate? And if the answer is yes to this, then you should be getting the results that you're looking for. You really can stop watching at this point. You're good to go. This video really doesn't pertain to you anymore. Thanks so much for sticking around, and hopefully next week's video will be a lot more valuable to you. However, if the answer is no, then it's a clear indication that you're probably not paying enough for the expert to do this work for you. Instead, you probably tried hiring someone or maybe a few people for cheap, and it doesn't really get you anywhere, and now you're feeling very bitter and you feel that like none of this stuff works. Which really leads me to the point for today's video, and really a way for you to look at this through a new lens, or really your business through a new lens. Now, there's this basic rule that many successful entrepreneurs follow, and I wanted to share it with you now. And that rule is, invest in yourself. Look, I know this sounds cliche and you probably heard it a bunch of times, but let me really use it in context for today's video. If you have a let's say $10,000 marketing budget, you're better off investing that money into your own education than blindly hiring someone that's going to promise you high quality leads or whatever derivative or goal that you're really hiring them or searching for. And it's really just based on the numbers. Look, if you do a simple Google search, the average cost for a new client in real estate is roughly between $1,500 to $2,500. And this is really just based off of market data. So it would really behoove you to invest your marketing budget into yourself so that you can really get the best bang for your buck and the optimal return on investment based on your spending. Additionally, it's more empowering that you understand how this stuff works. Look, you've been burned in the past, probably because you've been misled. Now, that's your choice to be ignorant to this process. And look what it ended up costing you, a couple $100 or maybe a few thousand. However, if you understand exactly how this stuff works, the next time someone comes knocking on your door promising you these glorious leads, you can simply call BS. And you can really dissect what they're doing and understand that maybe what they're selling isn't really for you. And that really leads me to the final point for today's video, which is your first hire. Now, there is a pretty hard, fast rule in really these successful entrepreneurial mastermind groups and circles. And that is, the first hire that you should be making should be to some sort of executive assistant to really start delegating the redundant tasks that are on your plate. It should not be to an agency that's promising you leads. It should not be to a VA or some other person that's gonna manage your social media. Instead, figure out how this stuff works. It's really a better investment for you, in you, and your business to learn how these systems work. I should also go as far as to say, find someone that will teach you a system, then you implement the system, find success, get really comfortable, and then go out and delegate it. Bottom line, do not hire out a sequence because you're gonna end up wasting a ton of money. And you're inevitably gonna end up quoting me and possibly you in saying, I've been burned in the past. Alrighty, really like this video and you want some more tidbits just like this one, or you want to talk shop maybe about some strategy on the daily, got a Facebook group, link is in the description below. I highly recommend you join it. But aside from that, if you really enjoyed today's video, then check out this one right here. Bye-bye.